Hello and welcome to this quick refresher video on how to solve percent word problems. Now, percent word problems, they can be tricky because there's two types. There's questions where you need to do a percent forward, and some where you need to find a percent in the past or a value in the past. So you need to know which one you're doing. So let's take a look here with percent forwards and how we would set these up. What is 45% of 200? So we're going to direct translate this. This is a percent forward problem because they're asking us what would it be? And so we're going to go what means X, is means equals. 45% is as a decimal is 0.45. Of means multiply. These are all right here. All these translate things. And so we got times 200. So all we need to do for this problem is multiply 0.45 times 200 to get us the value, which is X equals 90. Let's check this next one out. 24% of what number? Let's translate this. 0.24. Of means multiply. What number? We don't know. Is means equals. 40 is a number. Again, we're just translating these. Is means equals. What means the X? Of means multiply. To get X by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 0.24. And so we get X equals 40 divided by 0.24. Comes out to be 166.6. Repeating. Excellent. 15 is what percent of 75? So let's write it out. 15 is, that's an equal sign. What percent is going to be X? Of means multiply. So to do that, I'm going to divide by 75. Divide both sides by 75 to get X by itself. 15 divided by 75 is 0.2. And so we're going to need to convert that to a percent. And so we find out the answer is 20%. Those are examples of percent forward problems. Now let's go to one where you got to find something, a value in the past. Take a look at this one. The number of students has gone up by 8% from last year. Now there are 16,000 students. How many were there last year? Notice it's asking about the past. To do this, we're going to let X equal the past value. So we knew we had some value in the past. And notice that that value went up 8%. So I'm going to use a plus 8% of whatever it was in the past. So notice, X is the past value, plus it went up 8% of the past value, and that equals 16,000. This is how we set up percent past problems, and I've written the formula right here. You'll use either a plus or a minus. Since this one's gone up, I used a plus. Now we can add the x's together. X plus 0.08x, you could think of this as 1x plus 0.08x, that's 1.08x. Equals 16,000. Then we just need to divide by 1.08. Doing that's going to get us our answer. 16,000 divided by 1.08 comes out to be 14,814.8. And again, if it was negative, we would have done minus. Okay, so now it's your turn. Go ahead and try these 4 problems here. Pause the video and see if you can apply the concepts of percent forward and percent backwards. When ready to check your answer, unpause the video and we'll see how you did. Here we go. Let's work on this first one. 20 is, that's an equal sign, what percent of 800? Okay. So I got to get X by itself. I'm going to divide by 800. 20 divided by 800 equals X percent. And when I use my calculator to divide, I get 0.025 equals X percent. We'll need to convert this 0.025 to a percent by moving the decimal 2 spots over. And so my answer is 2.5%. Next one. Joe gave a 15% tip of $3.25. What was the cost of the meal? Okay, so the meal is going to be X. And so when he paid 15% of the meal, it equaled $3.25. Okay, so let's write this as equation. 0.15x equals 3.25. In other words, when I took the meal cost times 0.15, it came out to be $3.25. So I'm now going to divide by 0.15, and that'll get us the cost of the meal. 3.25 divided by 0.15 comes out to be $21.67 when we round. Okay, there are 150 people in a room. 44% of them are men. To calculate that, we're going to take 150 and times it by 0.44. That'll tell us how many men there are. 150 times 0.44, that's 66 men. If we want to calculate how many women there would be, we would take 150 and times it by the opposite percent. So instead of 44% are men, that would mean 100 minus 44, or 56% are women. So 150 times 0.56 comes out to be 84 women. We could add those together just to make sure that they're 150, and that's correct. Okay, this was a question in the past. Hopefully you use past for this one. We're going to say x equals the car value. I know that it used to be this much. It used to be x. Last year it was x. Last year. So again, I'm using x to represent last year's car value. And I know, did it go up or down? Oh, it went down 0.12 of that value. And now it's worth 6,200. Again, this is the formula I'm using. I let x represent last year's value. I put minus because it went down 0.12, the 12% of the x, and now it's 6,200. We'll have to subtract these. 1 minus 0.12, that's 0.88x equals 6,200. When we divide by 0.88, 6,200 divided by 0.88, use a calculator for that, we find out that the value last year was about $7,045. Nice work with those percentage problems. Keep working hard.